as usual, I'm actually a minute early, but I always have to figure out how to share this, but I think I'm getting better at this. I also have some new stuff to investigate. So I know the sound isn't good here, but I will hopefully, I don't know if this is the first time that you've joined my live stream. I don't know what's up with my computer. It's a year old, like literally a couple days ago, and I cannot, for the life of me, get the webcam to work for YouTube. Like I can record myself, but it just will not record for YouTube. And it kind of is what it is. But I am looking into getting an iPad, so hopefully that means in another month or so, I'll be able to record right off of that iPad, and I won't have the sound problem anymore. I'm sorry, I'm not looking at the screen. I'm still trying to share the link on multiple mediums here. Also, I don't know where my glasses are, and some of you are gonna laugh at me. Hi, Jody. So anyway, usually I start, and my desk is a mess. I'm just always a mess. I always start by pulling a little card for us. So I'm gonna do that. And divine intervention. You may feel frustrated because something stalls or comes to a standstill. Progress seems painfully slow. Yet this is a blessing. It's a divine intervention at work. When the timing is in perfect harmony, all will come to fruition. So guys, this makes a lot of sense for me. I don't know if you all are feeling that or going to feel this week. But I got sick, really sick. And I went up and down and up and down and up and down. And I lost about 8 to 10 pages worth of work on my comic because I was sick. And I am like behind. Like it stresses me out behind. But it's all gonna work out when everything needs to work out. So obviously I needed to be delayed for a little bit, but we'll get it done, right? So it kind of I should I'm a little bit jumbled up this week. I did a lot better last week on live stream. So today we're going to talk about Miri, and she is our magical girl for the series. I do realize the mouth on this piece drives me crazy. There's a little bit of other stuff that does too. This is a little bit older picture. I'm getting better with digital art all the time. And so if I waited to where I wanted to be for anything, you know what would happen? I'd be 92 going, I liked that yesterday, but today I hated it. And I know any artist out there can relate to that. By the time I'm done with Rhissin, my art's going to be so good. And I'm going to look back at all this stuff and I'm going to cringe. And you guys are going to come back with pictures and say, remember this picture? And I'm going to go, oh my God, I can't believe you dug up that garbage. For whatever reason, I just closed my other laptop. But we're going to be talking about Miri today. And while I wait for my other laptop to stop being a banana, we're going to talk about the fact that YouTube is going crazy because of the government or whatever. So I don't know if I'm going to be still streaming on YouTube. Apparently, even if you have like yellow and pink in your video, then you are going to get fined like $42,000 per video. I don't know what's going to happen. But for now, we're on YouTube. I'm going to be looking for some alternatives. And just to get straight to Miri, because I have people here watching and we're already at the 5-minute mark. So we encounter Miri in volume 2. So she's not even in volume 1. She is alone in the woods and she lives in a tree. She has memory problems. She's one of the memory loss trio, which is Hannibal and Miri and Sierra. So Miri's memory is the most obtainable. She went into this forest, and what this forest does is it pulls apart your memory and makes you forget. So the longer you're in this forest, the longer you're out of it, your memories start to come back kind of slow. Miri went into this forest for a reason, but she doesn't know why, and she's lived there ever since. And she has this inkling that somebody was with her when she entered this forest. Regardless of this fact, our dear Albel trips, falls, rolls into this tree, and disappears. And wouldn't it be his luck that he would run into his worst nightmare, a magical schoolgirl? Now, technically, she's not a schoolgirl, but you get what I mean. She is the magical girl, always happy, and he's Mr. Cranky Pants. So, obviously, they're going to be best friends the entire series. Miri is a good bean. She definitely is very happy-go-lucky. She is a little bit ditzy or bubbly if you want to go that route, but she's also pretty wise, and she doesn't know what her purpose is, but she can feel it. And she has a lot of what I admire as self-confidence. She's got value in herself, and it seems to be something that not all the other characters are lacking, but they might need some repair on. So she's like a bubble of fresh air in this seemingly never endless tumbling catastrophe as it goes on. So we're gonna talk about her. Her name is Miri. That is a nickname, but they don't know that in the beginning. You would think she's 18, but she's a couple thousand years old, if I'm going to be honest. I don't think that gives anything away. I can't give you what her nationality is. She doesn't have a religion. It's kind of weird for them to have a religion in this, because normally, I can't even say that. It's just really hard for them to have a religion in this, because it's not like how we think of it here. But anyway, you're not gonna find out where she was born. I can't tell you that yet. Her current birthplace we went over. She was living in the woods, and now she's gonna be traveling around with her bestest buddy Albel, and her and Apollo are going to drive him up a new wall, and it's going to be beautiful. And I know that Sparta just loves the idea of just sitting right between Miri and Apollo and just letting them go on and on. So he's going to resonate very well with Albel. The faces he will make are going to be priceless faces. So her employee title would be Magical Girl. Her mother tongue is English or Japanese. Her birthday is gonna be March 2nd. I don't know why. I just forgot about it. So now it's March 2nd. Let's see. What does Miri like? Miri likes everything. Except getting... Let's put it this way. There's a way to hit on her, and she'll be really into that. When you meet Jude, he's got the very charismatic, flattering way to hit on her, and she likes that, and she can play with that, and she can feed on that. When she meets Dione, it's a bit different. Yeah. And you'll see that. It's a bit, but I guess everybody's kind of like that. But what Miri thrives on is, of course, just poking Albel the right way that he goes a little bit crazy, but he likes it. She likes doing that. She likes kind of stirring the pot in a positive manner and kind of like getting you to react. So she's mischievous. The best kind of mischievous. What does she dislike? She really doesn't. She doesn't like dirty things. She lives in the woods, but she's not really into like worms or mud or any of that kind of gory, gross thing. She likes. She's far into heaven versus playing with a lot of things in hell. However, if you got this weird squid-looking death creature and it's your pet, she will totally watch it for you. She'll feed it, and she'll feel sorry for whatever she feeds it to. She might wonder if she should put this thing out of its misery, but you love it, so she's not going to, and she's going to love it as best she can and give it snuggles even if she has to wear the hazmat suit. That's Miri. Because if you love it, then and you're important to her, then there is something good in whatever this thing is. She can literally find the littlest speck of light on the darkest depths of the ocean. How would you describe the childhood of this character? So, without going too far into detail, is that she had a fairly happy childhood. Parts of it, her people were in war, but she was never in war. She didn't feel threatened till a very specific time, and she has some siblings, and some of them are more on the scope of light, and some of them are more on the scope of darkness, and it will later cause some headbutting, but we're far from that right now. Her teenage years were spent pretty much in the woods, so she has this camera, and she loves taking pictures. And the reason she loves taking pictures so much is because when she's in this forest, she's not going to remember something 20 minutes from now, so she could take a picture of herself. She can read about it in her journal, and she can kind of be like, okay, that's what I did, or I did eat breakfast yesterday. Good job, me. I didn't log that in my book, so I guess I didn't eat breakfast. Guess if I did, it's time for second breakfast. She's pretty happy. Even if she's in this weird situation. I'm trying to read without my glasses. How would you describe the adulthood? We're not really quite into the adulthood. I can tell you she's very relieved to stumble upon Albel because she wants company. So she's going to bargain with him to help him through the woods as long as he will take her with her wherever he's going. And then once they get to their final destination, she's okay to live somewhere else. But she honestly, wholeheartedly, never intends to leave Albel's side. She is like, you're my BFF forever now, and that's the way it is. She fooled him. So I already got into how she's introduced because Albel kind of fumbles into her tree. Sister, brother, wife, husband, children, grandparents, grandchildren, other important persons, relationships. See? Miri might have an addiction to sweets. Now, this is not going to be anywhere near as bad as Sam or Sparta's addiction to sweets, but she still loves sweets, and if she sees a yummy cake, she wants to eat that yummy cake. Can you blame her? Who doesn't love cake? Cheesecake? Yep. pretty much anything. If it's sweet, she'll eat it. She just loves it. I don't see bad habits. She doesn't always think before she acts. And sometimes when she does think, it doesn't always get through there. She kind of very much sticks to, well, I don't want to do that dirty underhand thing unless you can trick her into thinking this dirty underhand thing isn't dirty underhand. This is really good, and this is why it's good. And if you can trick her, she's like, oh, okay, yeah. And that's going to be some funny moments with Albel going, he totally did something bad. But that's their relationship, and I love their relationship. Let's see. Her color of her eyes is it's like a golden brown, and then her hair is a dark blue. Dialect. Does the character drink regularly? She cannot handle alcohol. No. Not at all. Does she like it? Yes, she does. Is Albel gonna let her have it? Over his dead body. If Miri and Apollo are both drunk in the same room, and he's right there in the middle, he's pretty sure it'll be not only the end of himself, but the world as everybody knows it. So he's gonna, no, you can't drink. I don't care if it's legal. No. She doesn't really have any disabilities unless you really count the short-term memory in the beginning. This character, she does not smoke. Like I mentioned, she has this camera that's with her. That's an important item. It's a magical item, and it's actually going to help, her in the future grow. Her height, I have to read on my height chart, is 5'2". Sorry, I don't have my glasses, so I'm nearsighted. Hobbies, she takes the pictures. No, she is not wearing glasses, and I should be. She is healthy. She is a healer. She's not quite as good as Apollo. He is the main healer, but she does like helping people, so she's pretty multitaskable. But she does heal. What is the style of the character? So Miri likes things that you can see through. She likes, and like if you've seen the plushie for Miri, her outer skirt is not see-through, but in all the sketches in her keychain right here, you can see how you can see through it. She likes things that you can see through. She likes little like princessy outfit. She likes the whole magical girl, almost lolly type of scene, but she's not really big into lace. So, and she's not really one for corsets either. She likes a little bit of it, but she likes the puffy sleeves, and then she likes more like kind of like Rapunzel, if you've seen that movie, or Tangled. She likes like that kind of stuff versus, more of the vampiric corset style. Miri, as we said, is intelligent, but she doesn't always think. Her fears, there's not really a lot in the beginning. I guess her biggest fear in the beginning is basically, is she's going to be stuck in this forest forever. And so then she gets a little bit insecure about Albel leaving her behind, but she's already committed to sticking to him like glue. So her life goals for the next 5 years is going to be to survive the next 5 years. She doesn't really have any goals in the beginning, and more and more throughout the thing, it becomes about helping Albel and finding kind of her place in her society and what she's supposed to do. And then she unveils this task that her mother left her to do, and it becomes this very big thing. But I can't really get into that yet. I can't give everything away, so it's a little bit vague. She's got a very big arc, but Miri's quote that I love is "fight on," because no matter how sad she gets or how dark it is, like I said, she finds that little thing, that little speck of light, and she hangs on to it, and she continues to fight on and on and on. So her life goals for the next 25 years will change, but I can't get into that. She has self-confidence. She's very extroverted, and she's not really afraid to speak or do anything. And like I said, I really admire that. She is about an even base of an emotional or rational mindset. So she can get a little bit emotional sometimes, but usually she's able to level it out and be like, honestly, Miri will get upset. Like, how does she get upset? That is a good question, other than like the obvious of like you threatening her friends or whatever. She can get more frustrated than upset that you're just kind of not moving, you're just kind of being a brick wall, you refuse to budge, and she'll run into this problem with more than just Albel. I don't want to call him out for everything because she is friends with Hannibal and Lamia and everybody else. It's just Albel's her bestie. And she finds all the men pretty stubborn as well as Sierra. So, that's not to say she's not stubborn herself, and she'd probably be the first one to tell you she is. But she likes compromise and she likes go with the flow. So she's a little bit of butting heads there. She's not gonna be too thrilled, but so I think that her weakness is sometimes she cares too much, and it does allow her to get hurt personally by the people she cares about. So if Albel's having a bad day and he snaps at her, it might actually hurt her feelings more than she lets on, or she might take it too personally. But, we're all human, or are we? Is she? Who knows? I already answered she's extrovert. How does she cope with fury and rage? Screaming, but usually in a comical way, which involves her chasing somebody around. She never really hurt any of her friends, but we've all seen anime where she run around going, blah, blah, blah. That's how she deals with her rage. She's gonna whack you in the butt with her stick, or she's gonna pull a prank on you later, because she'll get you back. And trust me when I say that Apollo has no problem teaming up with her ever to pull a prank on Albel or Hannibal, because they like to inspire love between all the brothers. How does she deal with unhappiness? She cries. She does cry. Rivalry, she does stomp them into the dust. She isn't one to start a fight, but she will finish it. She's good with new situations. She's excited about everything. She's ready to fight whenever. What would the character like to change in his or her life? probably the loss of her mother. That becomes a big thing for her. Her motivation throughout this whole series is really to save her friends, to get them to see, that it's okay to have their own inner demons. It's okay to have dark side. Miri's happy with just about everything. She's happy if she gets to wake up and the sky is blue. She's happy if she gets up and it's raining, then she gets to go out and play in the rain. She's just naturally happy. Yeah, she's biased because she's gonna take Albel's side in most things. Now, there are times where she definitely will tell him to stop being a butthole because Apollo's right or Hannibal's right, but most times she's gonna take Albel's side. She's a giver. She's nice. And I think that's it for the regular information on Miri. But Miri is just the type of person, when you're having a bad day, you can come and put your head on your shoulder. She doesn't care what it's about. She doesn't care what you look like. She doesn't care what you've gone through. She doesn't have to agree with you, and she'll tell you she doesn't agree with you, but she's always going to try and see it from your side, and she'll tell you, hey, I understand where you're coming from here, but think B might be coming from here, so maybe you can approach it a different way. She's just very caring. And I really like Miri. She's one of my favorite characters in the series. I am biased because my favorites are Hannibal and Apollo. But I love her interaction with all the characters. I love her story. And I don't really know what else that I can say about her other than, like, if you're going through personal struggles, she's going to be the one that sits there and she's going to tell you, look, you have value. And you do. I'll tell you you have value. But straight from Miri's mouth, you have value. Everybody makes mistakes. They're not where they want to be. They jump into crazy things. They say the wrong thing. Everybody is afraid of rejection, afraid their product might not be good enough, afraid that if they don't respond in a manner you like, you might run off and leave them, or that this time you didn't win your tournament, so what happens if next time you make the same mistakes? Everybody deals with those things, and she's going to tell you that that's something everybody has in common. All these things, these fears, these inabilities, like, do I say the right thing, is kind of the same thing of, what if I do this next time and it doesn't work? She's going to be the one to tell you there's potential, and you just have to walk through that fear. And no matter how you feel, you are of value, and your friends will see it. And sometimes I know it's hard for us to see that we're valuable and how our friends can see that we're valuable. But most of our friends, even if we're not really that close to them anymore, they're friends for a reason, And yeah, there's bad times between anybody. You're gonna have fights, and you're gonna be like, oh, I hurt Mimi's feelings, and I didn't mean to, but when she does this, she makes me so mad, and I just reacted. Like, it's a part of life, and hopefully Mimi understands this and she can come around to it. She might need some space, but the point is, we all have to learn not to beat ourselves up, and Miri is kind of there to help everybody in this group not beat themselves up so much. She really doesn't beat herself up, and she wants to see everybody kind of just shine. And I think that's why I like Miri so much. She just wants to see them shine. Does she get jealous? Yeah, she's human-ish, maybe. Who knows? But the point is that Miri's message is clear, whether it's from my mouth or her words. is that you are valuable. And maybe sometimes we can all communicate a little better, but don't beat yourself up about it. Just take a deep breath. Know that you're loved. Know that you're not alone, that everybody is going through the same things. It's different, but they can resonate. And just because they say, oh yeah, blah, 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 doesn't mean that they're trying to outbeat you on how horrible things are. They're just trying to tell you, hey, I relate because I went through this. I know it's not the same thing. So, Miri is just beautiful. You're beautiful. And I really appreciate everybody who came to this. This is longer than I thought it was going to be. I'm going to end it here because we're at the 31-minute mark. But I am going to add Sparta's Etsy and Facebook page down into the link space below. It might take me a few minutes after the stream ends because I'm bad with technology and I don't have my glasses. If you haven't heard it 6 times already. Now I'm going to probably say this wrong and he's probably going to smack me because in my brain it sounds right, but out of my mouth it might not come right. Here we go. Come on, mouth, do the work thing. Verboten Tricks. Maybe it's Verboten Tricks is his Facebook page and his Etsy page. That's where he's selling all his needle felt and God damn it. Ooh. I hope nobody heard that. It's like acrylics. I can't think of it. My brain just splattered all over the wall, and it's because I was trying so hard to say this name right. I'm so bad with it. Forgive me, Verboten Tricks. I'm gonna link it. Check out his stuff. There's some really cute stuff there. So, I don't know why I can't remember. Anyway, it's like acrylic, little charms. And he's got little lucky cats. So, I should have brought him. He made me a little lucky cat, but I didn't bring him. He's out in the living room. And anyway, so I'll drop that link down below. Thank you for coming and supporting Rhissin. And I look forward to seeing you in 2 weeks. I'm going to do one, and I'm thinking about doing one on sexuality, which will most definitely have to come down because it's on YouTube and whatever that goes on in the comic. And then we have Sierra. And then we'll probably take a dive into Emmy, who's a Comorian. But just so you know that what we kind of have on the agenda, but it is supposed to be every 2 weeks. But I am thinking about some stuff that I can do in between. I just don't want to run out of material before the first volume comes out. I'm already going on and on and on, and I will do this because keep an eye out in my Facebook group, just so that way if we have any games or polls or stuff, I'm going to try incorporating them. I do want this to be interactive. And I'm still talking. You see, I told you this. Okay. Anyway, this is it for real. I'm saying goodbye. Thanks for coming, guys. Bye.